यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna Mataji's pranams. Anybody wants to do Mataji Kirtan? Neeta Gaur Premanand Hare. Hare Krishna, yes Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, welcome Prabhuji, welcome to the ICF forum. I thought some other Prabhujis. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Hare Krishna, Shanti Mataji. Prabhuji said that he will do the Kirtan Mataji. Hare Krishna, sorry.
Hare Krishna, thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Welcome, Prabhuji. Hare.
Hari Haraye Namaha. Hari Haraye Namaha. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hari Haraye Namaha. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shrimadusudhana Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana Hari Haraye Namaha. Hari Haraye Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hari Haraye Namaha. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Shirup Sanatana Bhattaragunata Shirup Sanatana Bhattaragunata Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaragunata Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaragunata Hari Haraye Namaha. Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So today we will be into
Chapter 8.
4th canto, chapter 8 and verse number 1 to 5, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakatamayam Dadadi Sapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Rupadagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Zagagana Raghunathankitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Shri. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिनिति नमो नमः। आचार्य पदाय नित्य कृपा प्रदाने गौरकथा दामोदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे गोधूलि दूसरित कोमल गोपवेशं गोपाल सदै अनुगम्यमानम् सायन्दने प्रतिग्रहं पशुबन्धनार्थं गच्छन्त अच्युत शिशुं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। हरे कृष्णा। So it's a wonderful chapter, especially Bhagavatam. Every chapter is wonderful, every shloka is wonderful, because Bhagavatam itself is so wonderful. So this title is Dhruva Maharaj brings home for the forest. Before getting into the chapter, let us try to go back a little, rewind. So as we see in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana talked ill of Vidura, and Vidura moved out of the palace, went on Tirtha Yatra. So then what happened? While he was traveling, he came across Haridwar. So at the time, Maitreya Muni also was there. How he came there, that also I will try to tell you. As Krishna was planning to move back to his abode, leaving the material or earth planet from the Prabhasa Kshetra, presently it's called as Somanath in Gujarat. So the Lord, before leaving, he called out two of his very close devotees. One is Uddhavji, then another is Maitreya Muni. Maitreya Muni took the Jnana mark and he was a perfectionist. He achieved it. So this way, the Lord distributed so much of knowledge to both Maitreya Muni as well as Uddhava. So after that, Maitreya Muni traveled. He moved to Haridwar. So there, this is the way Vidura met Maitreya Muni. So this entire canto starts with that conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. This is also narrated by Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit, and again by Sutta Goswami to Saunakadi Rishis. So we saw that Swayambhu Manu Satarupa. So how many children they have? 3 daughters and 2 sons. So 3 daughters, you all know that. Devahuti, Ahuti, Prasuti, right? So that 3 daughters and sons 2. One is Priyavrata, then Uttanapada. So the Priyavrata story is not coming immediately in this chapter, but instead of that, Uttanapada comes because Priyavrata took the devotion and he was not willing to take the administration and the Prajapati role also. But Uttanapada was willing. So this is the way the story goes on. And you know the story of Uttanapada. He had 2 wives and 2 children. Okay, all those things. Okay, let us not get into that. So coming back to that, Maitreya Muni is describing many knowledge, what he gained from Lord Sri Krishna to Vidura. So this is the way that knowledge should come from the disciplic succession, from Krishna to Maitreya, Maitreya to Vidura, and Vidura to all. So that's the way it is. So here also the same situation. Let us get into the very first sloka. Maitreya Uvacha Sanakadaya, Sanakadhya Naradascha Ribur Hamso Arunir Yatihi Naite Grihan Brahma Sutta Hi Avasan Urdhva Retasaha. So as we see this verse, there are some very highlight phrases in these shlokas, right? Any shloka for that matter. So here, the Urdhva Retasaha is very important. As we go through that synonyms, translation purport, we will describe that. So we request as usual, reading out the synonyms, translation and purport.
Hare Krishna. Anusuya Mataji, you read the synonyms. Shobha Mataji, the translation. And Shanti Mataji, the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji pronouns. Synonyms. Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya said, Sanaka Adhyaha, those headed by Sanaka, Naradaha, Narada, Cha and Rubuhu, Rubu, Hamsaha, Hamsa, Arunihi, Aruni, Yatihi, Yati, Na, not, Ete, all these, Grihan, at home, Brahma Sutaha, sons of Brahma, he certainly, Avasan, did leave, Urdhva Retasaha, unadulterated celibates. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhujis and Matajis. Translation, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, I met you on Saturday. I'm so blessed to meet you. And
Hare Krishna. We are also meeting devotees, and devotees identifying each other is also very important. So what a wonderful association in the temple. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Translation, the great sage Maitreya said the 4 great Kumara sages headed by Sanaka as well as Narada, Rubhu, Hamsa, Aruni and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home but became Urdhva Reta or Naishtika Brahmachari, unadulterated celibates. Haribol, thank you Prabhuji, Dandavats.
Hare Krishna.
But Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The system of brahmacharya has been current since the birth of Brahma. The section of the population, especially male, did not marry at all. Instead of allowing their semen to be driven downwards, they used to lift the semen up to the brain. They are called Urdhva Retasha. Those who lift up. Semen is so important that if by the yogic process one can lift the semen up to the brain, he can perform wonderful work. One's memory is enabled to act very swiftly and the duration of life is increased. Yogis can thus perform all kinds of austerity with steadiness and be elevated to the highest perfectional stage, even to the spiritual world. Vivid examples of brahmacharis who accepted these principles of life are the 4 sages Sanaka, Sanatana and Sanat Kumara, as well as Narada and others. Another, Mataji, may I continue? Another
Yes,
significant phrase here is Naite Grahahi Avasham. They did not live at home. Graha means home as well as wife. In fact, home means wife. Home does not mean a room or a house. One who lives with a wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasi or brahmachari, even though he may live in a room or in a house, does not live at home. That they did not live at home means that they did not accept a wife. And so there was no question of their discharging semen. Semen is meant to be discharged when one has a home, a wife, and the intention to beget children. Otherwise, there is no injection for discharging semen. These principles were followed from the beginning of creation, and such brahmacharis never created progeny. This narration has dealt with the descendants of Lord Brahma from Manu's daughter Prasuti. Prasuti's daughter was Dakshayani or Sati, in relation to whom the story of the Daksha Yajna was narrated. Maitreya is now explaining about the progeny of the sons of Brahma. Out of the many sons of Brahma, the Brahmachari sons headed by Sanaka and Narada did not marry at all, and therefore there is no question of narrating the history of their descendants. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, as I told you, Urdhva Retasaha, the one who is completely unadulterated celibates. Because celibacy anybody can maintain, but unfortunately nowadays celibacy is a mixture or a contaminated one. It's a false celibacy also. The strict celibacy is very, very strong. And again, this can be referred to in the Bhagavatam a few places that we look into the shlokas later. So here, the Sanakadaya Adayaha means along with him some more or other is called as Adayaha. So the Sanak Kumaras with other three, the four, again Narada, then Ribu, like that there are so many, right? So all these sons of Brahma were very, very clear. They don't want to get into this grahasasrama life, married life. They don't want to. That's why they were able to completely hold their semen upwards. So that means not even a drop will fall down. They have to maintain this. When they are able to maintain it, then it is called as the Urdhva Retasa. Urdhva means it goes up. It is not coming down. So as we see here, unadulterated celibacy. So as we see here, the purport also, Prabhupada explains it. Naishtika Brahmachari. Why? Naishtika means there is no mixture. They maintain the celibacy or the brahmacharya right from the beginning. So there are so many devotees like that, right? Markandeya is another example, right? He never get into the grahasasrama. Then Anjaneya Swami, like that there are so many. Okay, let's get into the purport quickly. The system of brahmacharya has been current since the birth of Brahma. So it is also there now. Brahmacharya system even now is there in many villages and towns. But unfortunately, this is also dropped in the cities. There is no such thing. So, as Brahma created, there are so many like that. But interestingly, his job is to create and increase the population. Prajapatis. But when he produced all this, they were not willing to go to the position of Prajapatis. So a section of population, especially male, did not marry at all. See, this is not the one thing. Then the further, how they maintain the celibacy is very important. See, not marrying at all is one aspect. The other thing is how to maintain it. Right? So, allowing the semen to be driven up downwards, they never do that. They do it the other way. So, what they do, they used to lift the semen up to the brain. Oh. Urdhva means upar. So, they are called as Urdhva Retasa, those who lift it up. So, semen is so important that if by yogic process, one can lift the semen up to brain, he can perform wonderful work. This is what very important for us. See, of late, when we look at the society, there are lots of blemishes. So many things happen. We need not discuss it now because we are reading Bhagavatam. We are here to talk about all auspicious things. Okay. So moving on to that, one's memory is enabled to act very swiftly. That means we have seen so many Prabhupada disciples who are maintaining it very strictly and how their memory was working so well. You can see many of them, they can remember the slokas, they can quote the slokas, and so on. So, like that, there was one other Swami by name, Bhakti Vishwamada Maharaj. He was also able to remember so many verses, so many numbers, all this just like that. But how will he do that? He was telling, he used to write on a just a visiting card, business card, and he used to memorize it every now and then. So this way, the memory is really up, top class. They can perform wonderful work. Once memory is enabled to act very swiftly, and the duration of life is also increased. Ayu is increased. But for who Ayur Harati, those who are engaged in household life, their oil is reduced. Ayur Harati Vaipumsam Udyan Astam Chayanasao Tasyarte Ekshano Nita Uttama Shloka. Those who are not residing in Uttama Shloka, their life is reduced. But for the devotees, it never reduces, it goes up. Because they are able to take the rates up. So, yogis thus can perform all kinds of austerity with a steadiness and be elevated to the highest perfectional stage, even to the spiritual world. Vivid examples of brahmacharya who accepted the principle of four sages are Sanaka, the names are given. Okay. So, as we see here, the celibacy is so well maintained by all these wonderful devotees. But the job of Brahma is not only this, he has to produce someone who will also increase the population, who will also become a Prajapati. So another significant phrase is here, Grihanhi Avasam. They did not live at home. So they never remained at home, they went out of the house. That means the home, as long as it is there, there will be wife. That's why it says home as well as wife. In fact, home means wife. Home does not mean room or house. One who lives with a wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasi or a brahmachari. This thing we have to remember it. This we have discussed before also. Sannyasa means four types of sannyasas. So one is the Kutichaka, Bahudaka, and Parivrajagacharya, and finally Paramahamsa. So that means the brahmachari will rise up to this level. Which is brahmachari? Naishtika brahmachari. Otherwise, those who are brahmacharis, they want to get into the grahasthasana, they can. They are also allowed. But again, there are rules and regulations. They cannot take it for granted. So this way, it means home means, graha means there will be a grihini or ardhangini, right? So does not mean a room or a house. One who lives with wife, what is it written? Not wife, a wife. With a wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasa, even though he may live in a room or in a house, does not live at home. That they did not live at home means they did not accept a wife. That means they are not into the grahasthasrama. They live alone. They will not. That's why whenever any sannyasi comes, they will not stay in a grahastha house for how long? Not more than a milking of a cow. How many of you know that? So it is mentioned very clearly. Shastra says a sannyasi should not stay in a grahastha house. They should be staying in the temple. They should be always in the temple premises. They cannot go to a grahastha. So this way, it is a very important thing. And we remember many sannyasis, whenever they used to come and stay in Dubai, there was no option for them to stay in a center. We didn't have a center initially for a few years. So at that time, we used to accommodate the sannyasis in our houses. We were all grastas, and we tried to accommodate these sannyasis with the brahmachari apartments. Also, we tried. So that's the thing. So sannyasi will not stay more than milking of a cow time, not more, maybe roughly 15 minutes, 20 minutes, not more. The reason is they should not get attracted to the grahasthasana. That's very important. Then again, as I told you, in the grahastha house, what happened? No, the variety of food or prasadam also definitely affects the person who is a brahmachari or is a sannyasa. Yes, a brahmachari or a sannyasi should not have any taste. Whatever is offered, that's sweet. That's the reason when you look at the nectar of instruction, what does it say? Vacho vegam, manasaha, krodha, jihva vegam, udara upasya. Right? Okay, so that explains also in the Rupa Goswami Nectar of Instruction, he says one has to control. Otherwise, it's a problem. So that's why I explained to you on the other day also. Today I will make it short. So Kuti Chaka means the householder will leave the house and live outside the village. So initially, wife will be sending the prasad. Later on, he should not continue because wife will what she will do? She will try to send prasad which he likes more. So that also attracts the problem. So that's the reason. Next, he cannot stay too long in that Kuti Chaka. Then he has to move to a Bahutaka. Bahutaka means he has to go and beg various houses and ask for only that day's prasadam quantity, not for future. Then the third one is Parivrajagacharya. Parivrajagacharya means who travels and preaches. So whatever available that he will manage. Right? Even in olden days, you might have seen so many were traveling. Adi Shankara and Vyasadeva, they all traveled to many places. How? Because so that is the Parivrajagacharya. Then coming to the fourth one, Paramahamsa. After age grows, he cannot travel much. He has to stay at one place. So he will go and stay in a temple or a dham. So there, all the devotees will come and have darshan, take his instructions. So that is all. So here, the brahmachari should maintain it very strictly. That's the reason it is mentioned here. If at all, if he wants to get into the grihastha ashrama, he can accept a wife. So there was no question of okay. And so there was no question of that discharging semen. Semen is meant to be discharged when one has a home, a wife, and the intention to beget children. Otherwise, there is no injunction for discharging semen. Those principles were followed from the beginning of the creation. And such a brahmachari is never created. A brahmachari never created a progeny. This is very important. So, as we see here, it is time immemorial, these things are there. What is that? The fourth type of ashrama and the fourth type of living. And the varna also we have known about it. That's not required here because it's our subjective. So ashrama is mentioned here. So that way, the shastras are very clear how to live. Okay. Then, what next comes? The narration has dealt with the descendants of Lord Brahma. From Manu's daughter, Prasuti. Prasuti daughter was Dakshayani or Sati, in relation to whom the story of Dakshayagnya was narrated. So Maitreya is now explaining about the progeny of the sons of Brahma. Out of many sons, Brahma, the brahmachari's sons headed by Sanaka. So this way, it is very clear one cannot waste the semen if they opt for a brahmachari or a sannyasi. So they are called as Urdhvaretasa or Naishtika brahmachari, or who keeps their semen upwards into the brain. See the advantage of this. That's also we have to see it. That's why the memory is very strong, those who have opted for the brahmacharya. And importantly, that next level is their life duration is also increased. Ayuhu is increased. So nowadays there are lots of government propaganda and it's all misleading. We too and we have to something like that, right? Then they are talking about family planning. All these are really rotten things. These are all against the Shastra. Nowhere it is mentioned. Sense gratification has to be fully curtailed as explained in this. This is a very important. Okay. So moving on to the next verse. Musha dharmasya varyasid dambham mayamcha shatruhan asuta mitunam tattu nirte jagre aprajaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sudha Mataji, you can call out the names. Shilpa Mataji, you can read the synonyms and translation.
Yeah, Shilpa Mataji can read the Shilpa Mataji can read the synonyms. Vasudha Mataji the translation, and Divya Gopu Mataji the puppet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Pranams Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Synonyms: Marsa, adharmasya, of irreligion; bharya, wife; asit, was; dambham, bluffing; mayam, cheating; cha, and satruhan, O slayer of enemies; asuta, produced; mithunam, combination; tat, that; two, but; niritha, niriti; jargrihe, took; apartaha,
Jagre,
being
Mataji.
childless;
Mataji, Jagre. You can say the Jagre.
jagrehe, took;
Hmm.
aprajaha, being childless. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Translation: Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion, whose wife's name was falsity. From their combination were born two demons named Damba or bluffing and Maya or cheating. These two demons were taken by a demon named Nirriti, who had no children. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Pranams. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is understood herein that Adharma, irreligion, was also a son of Brahma and he married his sister Nisha. This is the beginning of sex life between brother and sister. This unnatural combination of sex life can be possible in human society only when there is adharma or irreligion. It is understood that in the beginning of creation, Brahma created not only saintly sons like Sanaka, Sanatana, and Narada, but also demonic offsprings like Nirriti, adharma, damba, and falsity. Everything was created by Brahma in the beginning. Regarding Narada, it is understood that because his previous life was very pious and his association was very good, he was known as Narada. Others were also born in their own capacities according to their backgrounds. The law of karma continues birth after birth, and when there is new creation, the same karma comes back with the living entities. They are born in different capacities according to karma, even though their father is originally Brahma, who is the exalted qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So can we understand the translation? Then we go into that. Another son of Lord Brahma was irreligion. So that means Brahma created both religion as well as irreligion. And this irreligion personality married a wife by name falsity. So you can make out all the names are all negatives, adverse things, right? These are all coming under the category of adharma. From that combination were born two demons named Dhamba or bluffing or Maya or cheating. So that means people will ask why the God has created good and bad. Everything should be good. There is no problem. No. The thing is, according to the Jiva's desire, things are created. They want to enjoy. They want to do adharma. Means Krishna is allowing. So, but they have to correct themselves. They will be taken to task by Maya, the Shakti. So such a person will be put to horrible situation that's called the material world full of miseries. It's also called as another person. So this way, these things are irreligion is also from Lord Brahma creation only. And again it says these two demons were taken by a demon, Niriti, who had no children. So like this, we can understand all negative things are happening here because the creation goes on. So here practically, Maitreya Muni is describing the creation to Vidura. So if you look at the previous canto also, there will be so many descriptions, right? In the third canto, it is about the creation too. Okay. So in this portion, it is all talking about the adharmas or irreligion. See, it is understood here that adharma, irreligion, was also born of Brahmaji. That means the choice is given to the jiva good and bad. And they have to be very cautious what to do and what not to do. For this only, there is a guideline book called a Shastra. So one has to understand the Shastra and live accordingly. And if they are able to live according to the Shastra, they are called as Dharmic people. They are all following the Dharma. Those who are not following, they are called as demons or adharmis. So this way, he married his sister, his own sister, Musha. Oh, this is something very, very unorthodox, right? This is not orthodox. So what happens here? This is the beginning of sex life between brother and sister. So again, Prabhupada explains so well that this unnatural combination of sex life and can be possible in human society only where there is adharma or religion. So in the human society also, in certain places, this is happening. And it is a pathetic situation. And this thing is directly mentioned in religion. So it is a thing which is totally condemned by Shastras, totally condemned by the devotees. So these are adharmic activities, irreligious activity. So it invites you with lots and lots of karma. And one has to undergo so many sufferings. Because when you do adharma, the Lord has to come and punish, right? So here the Lord never comes directly, many places. He sends his Maya also. He comes down on certain occasions. So it is understood that in the beginning of the creation, Brahma not only created saintly life, also created offspring like Nirriti, Adharma, Dhamma, and falsity. That means Brahma created both categories. That is a very funny thing. Why he has done it? Because the instruction from the Lord, because certain jivas want to do even Adharma. So naturally he will be given this opportunity. Because the Lord is willing to fulfill all your desires. And it is up to you to take what is required, what is not required, and what is dharmic, what is adharmic. You should know that. So if you are ignorant, you will be put into trouble. What trouble? Repeated birth and death. So this is what it is explained here. So falsity also, you know that it's all negative, right? Everything was created by Brahma in the beginning. Regarding Narada, it is understood that because of his previous life was very, very pious, and his association was very good, he was born as Narada. Others were also born in their own capacities according to their background. The law of karma continues birth after birth, right? Where there is a new creation, the same karma comes back with the living entity. That's it, what is called as prarabdha karma, accumulated karma. They are born in different capacities according to the karma. So what form, we do not know. That maybe human form or may not. So they are born of different capacities according to the karma, even though their father is originally Brahma, who is a exalted. See, try to understand, Brahma should not be blamed or Brahma should not be mistaken for adharma. Brahma is explained the exalted qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so this way we can understand what is dharma, what is adharma, and what is to be followed and what is not to be followed. And especially when it comes to sense desires or sense gratifications, one has to be extra cautious because they cannot take up something which is not permitted in the Vedic injunctions. Okay, so moving on to the shloka number 3. Tayo sama bhavallobho निकृतिश्च महामते ताभ्यां क्रोधश्च हिंसाश्च यद् दुरुक्ति स्वसा कलिः
Hare Krishna.
अयो
Krishnamurti.
संभवन् लोभो निकृतिश्च महामते ताभ्यां क्रोधश्च हिंसाश्च यद् दुरुक्ति स्वसा कलिः. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishnamurti Prabhuji, you can read the synonyms, and Barnali Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Tayoho those two samabhavat were born Lobaha, greed, Nikriti, cunning, Cha, and Mahamate, O great soul, Tabhyam, from both of them, Krodaha, anger, Cha, and Himsa, envy, Cha, and Yat, from both of whom, Druktihi, Harsha speech, harsh speech, Swasa, sister, Kalihi, Kali. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, Dandvat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Maitreya told Vidura, O great soul, from Dambha and Maya were born greed and Nikriti or cunning. From their combination came children named Krodha, anger, and Himsa, envy. And from their combination were born Kali and his sister Durukti, harsh speech. Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. So again, Maitreya continues the class for Vidura. So what he says, O great soul, Vidura is addressed because Vidura is the incarnation of what? Yama, Yamaraj, right? Because he had a curse and he has to take a birth of a servant maid son. Okay, coming back to the shloka. From Damba and Maya were born greed and Nikriti. Nikriti. So Nikriti is nothing but cunning. The word cunning we always not use much. Presently nowadays they are cheating, they are using cunning. Cunning is also a different case of adharmic, because cunning people, they pose up themselves as good, but they have got so much of venom in them. A good example of cunning is in the Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, the demon who came, demoness Putana, right? Putana was a cunning lady. Why? Because she pretended to be a good Rajavasi woman, but she was carrying poison in her breast. And what is interesting is, he is trying to kill Krishna and poses herself as a mother and tries to feed Krishna. So that means Nikriti is the problem for her. From that combination came children named Krodha and Himsa. And from that combination were born Kali and his sister Nishti. So if you look at it, it's very clear. Why? Because all these are negatives. This combination always creates a havoc in the society. Starting from the very first thing, Damba. Damba means what? One who show off. It's called the Damba, or Maya, it's also called as. And from greed, what comes? From Maya, what comes? Greed and cunning. From that combination came children as Krodha. Krodha, anger. Anger, how comes? Because it is mentioned in the previous one. What is that? When somebody is greed, they'll get anger. When somebody is cunning, they'll get anger. So it's all combination and comes one after another. Then after the Krodha, what comes is Himsa, envy. Envy is also there, right? So all these negatives are also created by Brahmaji only. That means good and bad, everything came from the beginning of the creation. Again, I repeat, it is not the mistake of Brahmaji, and one cannot blame Brahmaji. Similarly, one cannot blame Krishna. Why the bad things are created? It is very simple. The Jiva wants to enjoy individually leaving the Supreme Lord. And when they are having envy over the Lord's supremacy, they take the role of a demon. That's why it was mentioned demon. So these are all coming under the demonic qualities. So all these qualities are so well explained in the Bhagavad Gita, many chapters. Daiva, Asura, Sampat, Vibhaga Yoga. So that explains it. So then, after the envy, from that combination were born Kali and his sister Drukti. What does it say? Harsh speech. It's quite common now. People use all abusive language. Especially when they get into the mood of anger, they go to any extent. The slip of the tongue, so many nonsenses comes. And after that, they say, sorry, it's meaningless. Because my father used to say, think twice before you talk. Otherwise, it's dangerous. It will doom you to the hell. This is what he said. So harsh speech is very, very bad. The opposite one is pleasing speech. Right? What is that? Pleasing speech. You might have heard about the Manusmriti. In Manusmriti, it says, no, Priyam Bruhi Satyam Bruhi. Na Bruhi Apriyam. And what does it say? That's the last one I forgot. Okay, the translation goes like this. Priyam Bruhi, always speak pleasing. Satyam Bruhi, always speak the truth. Then, even when you explain the truth, do not give it in an unpalatable way. Similarly, just to please others, don't talk untruth in a pleasing manner. That's also dangerous. Because when we go to office, what happens? We always talk so many sweet, sweet things about our boss. Why? To please him. But many of them are, almost everything is untruth. Because only to please your boss, you're doing. That's also wrong. So that's what comes in the Manusmriti. It's a very wonderful verse. You can Google it and it is a full shloka is there. Okay. Mataji has taken it. Thank you, Ma. Satyam Bruhi, Priyam Bruhi. Satyam Bruhi means always tell the truth. Priyam Bruhi means always speak the truth. Mataji, show it up. Okay, I will look into the chat. Okay, no. Okay, I got it. Then it says, what does it say? Satyam Bruhi, Priyam Bruhi. Na bruyat satyam apriyam. Na bruyat means do not tell. Satyam means truth. Apriyam in an unpalatable way. Then what does it say? Priyam cha nandritam. Nandritam means which is not a truth. Bruyat. That's also dangerous. Desha dharma sanatanaha. So this is coming from the Manusmriti. Manusmriti. So that's why the harsh speech was coming. I was talking about this. So the Lord is always said his beauty, and when they are describing it, what does he say? Shashwati. What is that? I am forgetting. It's coming in the same canto only. Narada is explaining to Dhruva. Prasadabhimukam Shashwatu Prasanna Vadanekshanam. So in that verse, Narada is describing the beauty of the Lord. What does it? Prasadabhimukam. Mukam is always prasadam, means always pleasing. Prasanna Vadana Ikshanam. And the eyes are always pleasing and pleasant. Not with a grinning face or with a reddish face. Okay, Mataji has shown it again. Manusmriti. Thank you, Ma. You can read the translation. Suma Mataji, you can read the translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Only the translation.
Hare Krishna. He shall say what is true, and he shall say what is agreeable. He shall not say what is true, but disagreeable. Nor shall he say what is agreeable, but untrue. This is the eternal law. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So coming back to that shloka again, so harsh speech is also considered as a very bad thing because we are wounding someone, we are hurting someone. In the process, we do also offense. Sometimes the same thing happens with the Vaishnavas also. That's why it is said this Durvasa was into trouble. Harsh speech. Okay, moving on to the verse number 4. Turu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
One small clarification, Prabhuji.
You do it at the end. Let me finish these 2 verses.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Please make a note. I will. Okay. Turuktau kalir adatta bhayam mrityam cha sattama tayoscha maitunam jagne yatana nirayastata. Somebody can read the synonyms.
Hare Krishna. Chandana Mataji, you can read the synonyms, and Divya Mataji the translation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Synonyms by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Duruktau, in Durukti, Kalihi. Kali, Adhatta, produced, Bhayam, fearfulness, Mrityum, death, Cha, and Sattama, O greatest of all good men, Tayoho, of these two, Cha, and Mithunam, by combination, Jagne, were produced, Yatana, excessive pain, Nirayaha, hell, Tatha as well. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O greatest of all good men, by the combination of Kali and harsh speech were born children named Mrityun, death, and Bhiti, fear. From the combination of Mrityu and Bhiti came children's named Yatana, excessive pain, and Niraya, hell. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So all these are bad things. Let us go through it fast so that we have to finish the other sloka also. So here, this Vidura is addressed as, O greatest of all good men. See, this is the way one has to be addressed, not with harsh words. There itself we are getting a lesson. So by the combination of Kali and harsh speech are born children named as Mrityu and Bhiti. Bhiti means fear. From the combination of Mrityu and Bhiti came children named as Yatana, excessive pain. That is the Ugra Karma. Okay. Niraya means hellish. Okay. So moving on to that, fifth one. Sangrahena Maya Yataha Pratisargas Tava Nagha Tava Anaga. Okay. Trihi Shuta Shutvai Tat Trihi Shutvai Tat Puman Punyam Vidunot Yatamano Malam. Okay, somebody can read that.
Hare Krishna. Soma Mataji, you read the synonyms and translation. I'll read the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sangrahena, in summary, Maya, by me, Akhyatah, is explained. Prati Sargaha, cause of devastation. Tava, your. Anaga, O pure one. Trihi, 3 times. Shrutva, having heard. Etat, this description. Puman, one who. Punyam, piety. Vidunoti, washes off. Atmanaha, of the soul. Malam, contamination. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Vidura, I have summarily explained the causes of devastation. One who hears this description 3 times attains piety and washes the sinful contamination from his soul. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. This sloka is called as Falashruti. What is that? Falashruti. By listening to these few slokas in the beginning, one washes off. Okay. Mataji, can you show the translation a little more? I will. Okay, enough. My dear Vidura, and again I'll tell you how Vidura is addressed here. Anaga. What is the opposite of Anaga? Can anybody say that? In Sanskrit, Agam. Agam means Papa, Papi. Anaga means one he is without any Papa. He is called as Anaga. Right? This is very important. Then another word which we have seen it in our previous verses. Anybody remembers the Bhagavatam sloka? Vidunoti. Vidunoti. Anybody remembers?
Vidunoti Surat Satam. Surat Satam.
Very good. What is the beginning?
Shrimadam Shakara Krishna Punyashravana.
Very good, very good, wonderful. Thank you, Mataji. Archana Mataji said this, right? Good. So we will
Yes,
have to say the sloka in beginning from the beginning. Shunvatam Swakata Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Hridi Antastohi Abhadrani. Hridi Antastohi means the heart, whatever the Vidunoti Suhurtatam washes of it. Abhadrani means all the inauspicious things. Vidunoti suhursatam, it washes off. This is the way we have to connect the Bhagavatam shlokas. Then it becomes another mala, wonderful mala. Then you can describe it so well. Okay, so coming back to that, these are the addresses given to the Viduraji. Okay, so moving on to that, my dear Vidura, I have summarily explained the causes of devastation. So annihilation takes place because of this, right? Devastation also takes place because of it. One who hears this in 3 times attains. How many times you have to listen? 3 times. Attains piety and washes off the sinful contamination from his soul. Right? These are the shortcuts, but one has to take it. What is the easiest way? Sarvadharman parijyajya mamekam sharanam vidya. That is ultimate. So these are the shortcuts Palasuti. Okay. So one can take it up, but that is the topmost. Okay. So moving on to the purport, let us go to that. So the creation takes place on the basis of goodness, but devastation takes place on the basis of irreligion. Is it clear now? Creation and devastation. Okay. That is the way of material creation and devastation. Here it is stated that the cause of devastation is adharma or irreligion. You can easily understand with this in the Canto 11, wherein Krishna creates a situation of devastation because of irreligion. Because why? Samba, one of the Yadu Vamsha, what did he do? He pretended as if he was a pregnant woman and he went in front of a saintly person. And he went and asked what child this boy will get. Immediately he said, the saintly person said, the rod inside will be your devastation of the Yadu dynasty. So like that irreligion takes place, automatically devastation comes. That's why we have to understand one should not take irreligion. Okay. So moving on, the descendants of irreligion and falsity born one after another are bluffing, cheating, greed, cunning, anger, envy, quarrel, harsh speech, death, fear, severe pain, and hell. So it is described in full. All these descendants are described as a sign of devastation. If a person is pious and hears about these causes of devastation, he will feel hatred from these, and that will cause his advancement in life of piety. So once he hears it, he will hate it. So that gives him piety. So piety refers to the process of cleansing the heart as recommended in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Also same process of recommended malam means contamination. Okay, we should learn to despise all the causes of devastation, beginning from irreligion, cheating, etc. And then we shall be able to make advancement in the life of piety. So piety is also one type of entanglement because you are accumulating punya. So punya means you have to come back. So one should understand, one should wipe off both punya and papa, then one can get rid of the cycle of birth and death. Okay, so getting back to that. So the possibility of attaining Krishna consciousness will be easier and we shall not be subject to the repeated devastation. The present life is repeated birth and death, but if we seek the path of liberation, we may be saved from the repeated suffering. Is it clear now? Okay. 1 minute, I'm getting a call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, sorry, I got some call. Sorry. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, there is a network problem here, Prabhuji, so I have made you the host, Prabhuji, without your permission. Hare Krishna.
Acha, you have made me host, no?
Sorry, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So as we saw that, quickly I have to give you some more references regarding the Mithuna. In the previous verse we were reading, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I'll give one quick verse which is more important for all of us connected to that. This is in the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsimhadev. It is 7.9.45. Yen Maitunadi Grahamedi Sukam Hi Tucham Kanduyanena Karayoriva Dukkam Tripyanti Neha Kripana Bahu Dukka Bajaha Kandutivan Manasijam Vishya Heta Diraha. So translation. Here Prahlad Maharaj is praying. Sex life is compared to the rubbing of two hands to relieve an itch. Grahamedi, so-called Grahasthas, who have no spiritual knowledge, think that this itching is the greatest platform of happiness. Although actually it is a source of distress. The Kapanas, the fools, who are just the opposite of Brahmanas, are not satisfied by repeated sensuous enjoyment. Those who are Dhira, however, who are sober and who tolerate this itching are not subject to the sufferings of fools and rascals. So this is a very important sloka. Very often Prabhupada quotes is Yan Maitunadi Grahameti Sukkam Hitucham. Okay, so here also we can see that as we are reading in today's verse number 4 or 3, it was explaining about it, Mithuna. So one has to be very, very careful on that. Then another related shloka for this is, that's also a very important thing. It comes in the same Bhagavatam, but it's in a different chapter of the same canto. Here, 7.14. 7.14 is nothing but Nardamani instructing Yudhishthira Maharaj about the Grahasasrama. Because he was narrating the entire Varnashrama Dharma. At that time, he talks about the Grahasasrama. In this, Nardamani is instructing to Yudhishthira like this. So, 7.14.10. Okay. Traivargam Natikrich Rena Bajeta Grihamedi Api Yata Desham Yata Kalam Yavat Daivopa Paditam. Translation. Even if one is a householder rather than a brahmachari, a sannyasi or a vanaprastha, one should not endeavor very hard for religiosity, economic development, or satisfaction of the senses. What is the sloka? What is the sloka? 4 types of purushartha. Anybody remembers? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Clear? So one should not endeavor, even if there is a grahasasrama life, one should not endeavor for it. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Even if householder life, one should be satisfied to maintain body and soul together with whatever is available with minimum endeavor. That means, very clear, lead a simple life and do not over endeavor according to the place and time by the grace of the Lord. This is contented life. One should not engage oneself in ugra karma. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
1 minute.
Nandini Mataji, Prabhuji is on another call. That's why.
Okay,
it's
okay,
quite.
Mataji. Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, sorry, I detained you a lot unnecessarily. There are 2 calls continuous. Hare Krishna. Any other questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Sorry, I got delayed because I got some calls frequently.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I ask a short question, Prabhuji?
Yeah, make it.
Yeah, this text 3 just now about the Kali, the last one translation, the last line about Kali. They have given meanings of everything, envy, anger, but for Kali they have not given a meaning.
No, Kali itself is an embodiment of negatives.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Because when you say Kali, it is called as Kalahadari. What is the meaning? You can understand the meaning Kalahadari?
My Hindi is not good, Prabhuji.
One who creates the kalahas, Prabhuji.
That's it. That's why you can see so much of fighting, all these things, because of envy and so that things. Clear?
Yeah. One who creates problems.
For no reason, they will get quickly provoked.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you have a doubt, Prabhuji? You can ask, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I got the answer in the purport, Mataji. I got the answer. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Always our questions are answered by Prabhupada himself.
Great,
All that we have to
Prabhuji.
make, that's it.
Yes, Prabhuji. I got the answer. Without the question, the answer already there. So thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. There is a Margashirsha month going on, December 15th to January 14th. We are conducting Mangala Arati with the Tirupavai Pasurams and connecting the Bhagavatam. Those who are interested can contact Narayani Mataji. I have given the flyer as well as the link details. Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, in this connection, through Brahma, everything has come, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
so
undoubtedly.
can I understand it like that, Prabhuji? Like as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that Aham Bija Pradapita, he is the Supreme Father for all all of us.
Exactly.
So, Prabhuji, is it through Krishna that Brahma is?
Yes, undoubtedly, because I'll tell you, when the creation was about to start, Krishna gave him lots of lessons, right? He gave him the paraphernalia to create. Clear? So Brahma is only an engineer, but the knowledge, material, everything supplied by Krishna.
So the materials, in a way, we can understand that we are all these, Prabhuji, like illusion, death, fear, and all that.
Exactly.
That anger.
See, that's the reason we are suffering a lot.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, could you?
Yeah, tell me, ma.
Request, Prabhuji, could you say something about that Margari special month that you were
telling? It's
very
interesting. Very interesting.
Yes,
Any of you are attending here in this group?
Yes, Prabhuji, in that Ambattur Satsang, I also got the invitation and I'm also doing
Wonderful,
that.
wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I will make it very short. See, this Margashirsha month is glorified in the Bhagavad Gita, Masana Margashirshoham. So it's a very important thing for the Devi Devatas. It is the Brahma Muhurta for them. So this month is very auspicious. That's why Krishna says Masana Margashirshoham. He is in the month of Margashirsha. Then the Bhagavatam 10th canto 22nd chapter, the Kumarikas and the Gopis are observing a vrata, what is called as Katyani Vrata. And they are observing the vrata during the month of Margashirsha. But the North India Margashirsha is slightly different, which gets over around 17th of December. But our Margashirsha is from 15th December to 13th Jan. Okay. So Andal Nachiyar, who is one of the 12 alvars of the Sri Sampradaya, she composed these 30 pasurams, and these pasurams are essence of Shrimad Bhagavatam. And each and every day, we after the Mangalarti routine one, we take up this chanting of the one round of Mahamantra. Then we take up the pasuram. Then we take up the relevant Bhagavatam shlokas. It is a nectarian Indian time, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. It is there, 1.5 hours. If you want the link and other things also, you can give your phone number. I can send it to you. Or if you have got already from them, then well and good.
Prabhuji, AM or PM India time?
Indian time
6:30 to
6:30 to 8. It starts with
AM?
Mangalarti, right from Guru Ashtakam, everything starts.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you want to join only the Tirupavai, it will come around Indian time 7:10 to 7:55, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Prabhuji, can we ask Narayani Mataji?
Yeah, you can ask her. Or if you take down my number, you can send me.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you please
Yeah,
tell your number?
99403 16593. Hare Krishna, got it?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, is it right, Prabhuji? 9940316593.
Perfect. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All
Hare Krishna.
Matajis
Take
and
care.
Prabhujis can make
Let's
a
all
note.
chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Hare.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Prabhuji. Wonderful class today.
Yeah, I will end up the
Thank
class
you
here.
so
Okay,
much,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. Once.
Hare Krishna, Suma Mataji.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
Prabhuji,
नमः
नमो
अनंत
नमः।
कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती महाराज की जय
की जय।
All glories to you, Prabhuji. All
Srimad
glories to
Bhagavatam ki
Granth
jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare
Bhagavatam.
Krishna. All
Hare
glories to
Krishna.
assembled devotees.
Hare
Thank you all
Krishna.
Matajis and
Hare
Prabhujis.
Krishna, Suma Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Prabhuji told the timings of Tirupavai, no, evening or morning that classes?
Morning, Mataji, 6:30 to after the Mangalarti, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
I'll just confirm and I'll let you know, Mataji. Hope you have taken the number, Mataji.
Mataji, kindly share it in the group, Mataji, please.
Yes, Mataji. Prabhuji, you have to end the meeting, Prabhuji. You are the host. Hare Krishna.
But
Mataji, group I can't send, Mataji. I'll just share it with you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Suma Mataji.